Hi, I'm Nick Shell, and the fact that you are watching this video implies that you have watched me perform my newest written song, which is called Rescuer. And if somehow you landed on this video and you haven't seen me perform that, it's okay. It doesn't have to be awkward. You can just click the link below. There's a link there. You can watch me perform the song. So this is called Rescuer. I wrote it on January 7th. Today's Mother's Day, coincidentally. So it's been over 4 months. I have been working on this song for so long. I mean, I wrote it pretty quickly, but sometimes I have to sit on a song for months and perfect it, and that's exactly what this song did for me. As far as I had to change the key several times, it was very vocally quite a challenge. There was a lot of range going on, and there was definitely, as a rhythm guitar player, there was a lot of going on in this song to get it just right. And it's funny because it's like 87, 88 degrees outside in Tennessee right now, and I'm in my garage where I film these. It's got to be like, what, over 100 in my garage here. So I was inspired to power through and get this song done. But I'm happy that I could finally release this to the world, because writing songs is definitely my version of therapy. And I'm very aware of that. It's amazing what comes out of me when I start playing the guitar or come up with one line in my head and think, what happens if I just play guitar while I think that thought? And then it turns into a 3-minute song. So if you're not familiar with this channel, it's become more so about an Enneagram coach mentality, because I am a certified Enneagram coach. And I'm always looking at, now that I understand it, the psychology involved in what goes in my songs. What do I learn about myself? What do I learn about others? Or what have I learned about myself and others? And what, therefore, why does it become a song? So here we go. Looking at the lyrics of the song, Rescuer. You think you need a rescuer, someone to help you feel special. So ultimately, I've been wanting to write a song like this for like 1.5 years. And ultimately, I wanted to write a song, in essence, saying, I can't help you. It was, because I thought, for someone who's Enneagram 4, the person who wants to be rescued, who wants to feel special, me saying, I can't help you. You can only help yourself. But as I tried to write that song, it wouldn't happen. Instead, what came out of this is, I recognize that you want to feel special. I recognize that you want to feel rescued. But I also recognize that you don't really want me to be the one to rescue you, because you need someone who isn't so accessible. And that's something I've learned about myself throughout my life, is I'm wired to want to help people. But often people who need help the most, it's a complex they have that it's self-defeating. It's like, hey, I'll help you, I'm right here. Well, no, they want someone else to help them that's less attainable. So imagine what it's like to be me, thinking, how can I help someone at any given time? Oh, there's someone I can help. I know how to help them. I'm available right here. But they're looking that way and wanting that person to help them instead. That's what it's like to be me. That's part of my life. So let's get back to the lyrics. You think you need a rescuer, someone to help you feel special. You think it can never be me, since I'm not the one who's out of reach. It's a complex where you see yourself as different, as if an outsider could never understand it. But I'm standing here describing it to you. Maybe I need a rescuer too. So there is some part of this concept that maybe the reason I'm so eager to help and rescue people is because we all need to be helped and rescued ourselves, and I'm looking for that at all times too. That maybe I can be helped or rescued by helping and rescuing other people. So this is where it sounds, if you're familiar with Enneagram, now it's starting to sound like Enneagram 2, which is the helper, and they find their identity in helping people, which, to be clear, I'm an Enneagram 6, but the social subtype of a 6 often looks and thinks and acts like an Enneagram 2. Okay, so that's the chorus. I like to often write songs, what I call the Mrs. Robinson setup, where it starts with the chorus and then it goes to the verses from there that almost are more like a bridge. So here's the first verse. What if all this time you believed a lie that something was missing in you? Because that's a trait of an Enneagram 4. And that's the targeted audience of this in my mind. What if all this time everything you needed was never out of view? Again, an Enneagram 4 thing. Everything they have is right there, but they have trouble accepting. You just have to grab it, you just have to get it, you just have to accept it. Again, this song is to me as well. I go through these same things. I have everything anyone could ever want or imagine having in life to be happy. But even when you have everything, it doesn't necessarily mean that you can be happy. And I think that's part of the human condition. Now moving on to the other verse, oh, there actually is a little pre-chorus that I use on both verses. It says, what if all this time I would, or actually, what if you only chase the things that always run away? What if you only chase the things that always run away? What if you never embrace the things that ever keep you safe in this world? And then the other verse is, what if all this time I was more than qualified to empathize with you? What if all this time I could see the blind spots that covered your eyes? So there's the whole song, there's all the lyrics to it. That's something in essence, I've been working on this song, at least in my head, for a year and a half, and finally it came out. Again, sometimes writing the song only takes 30 minutes, but the mental preparation to get all of that in there, I truly, I want to use the word literally here. I don't want to be that in a corny cliche way, but I literally had my Enneagram books, and I thought if this song, if the target audience is for an Enneagram 4, then what are some specific traits about Enneagram 4s? And I use the tech book on this. This part about needing a rescuer, needing to feel special. Even when they find that rescuer to help, they don't necessarily want it in the format that it comes. And again, the flip side of the song is Enneagram teaches that we're all 9 types to some degree. So I can easily see myself in there, and I think it only makes sense that I think the person who is an Enneagram 4, who needs to be rescued and needs to feel special, I think of all people, they probably understand the other side of this too, that ultimately they are very quick to rescue and help other people because they can relate to that. So if you live in a mindset where you want to feel special, you want someone to help you and rescue you, you're wired to do the same thing, because Enneagram 4s apparently live in this heavy emotion, this sadness. And so therefore, when someone is actually going through something tough, something traumatic, something dark and emotional and sad, that Enneagram 4 is probably going to be the first person who's going to be able to actually help someone in a way that's not awkward or come across the wrong way or say the wrong thing. They're probably going to be able to empathize better than anyone. So, am I Enneagram 4? No. Am I Enneagram 2? I'm not. I can understand that as an Enneagram 6, like all of us, we have that tendency to want to be able to help someone. It's just, for me, I'm always wired to do it. It's part of, for me as Enneagram 6, I'm looking to solve problems and cause stability in other people's lives all the time. So that's the reason I'm inspired to want to help people. And largely, I think that's why this channel has become more focused on Enneagram, because it allows me a channel in some way, even through my art, through my creativity, to be able to try to connect with people in the human experience. Hope you enjoyed the song. Feel free to leave a comment below. And again, if you haven't seen me perform the song, there's a link right there. You can check it out.